Hi, thanks for helping with this data processing. So what we're going to be doing here is analyzing video data using a program called Kinovia to get motion data from that. So the files, I'll put them in the Dropbox as we get them, as they need processing. So we're in TJD data processing, which I'll share with you. Right now the relevant ones are in waves, November 11th, video, and all the raw video files are here in raw. So we're going to start with run 15, and what we're going to need to process this is an open source software called Kinovia, Kinovea, and you get that at kinovia.org. Now when you do this, you want to download not 8.15, but we're going to go with the experimental version. It's a little bit more powerful. So you can download whichever one fits your system, which I guess would be this one, 8.24.exe. Once you have that downloaded, go ahead and open it up on Windows 10. So I'll just type Kinovia, and here it is. The first thing we have to do is open the video file. So again, we're going to Dropbox, eventually Dropbox, TJD data processing, waves, November, video. And we're opening the raw file. We're going to start with run 15. When you do that, because there might be multiple people working on this, depending on who's available for this, just put a note in here, say in processing, and you can just put your name there. So I'll just put that Toby is in the status of processing. Save the log. Back to that. Should be able to just hit save. I'm having trouble. And that way anyone else who tries to do this will know that you're already working on it. So Kinovia, there are just a few things we have to do here, and it's going to probably help to zoom in a little bit. You should be able to just use your scroll wheel, or in this case I'm going to use the magnifier. Right click, switch to drag zoom because I don't have a scroll wheel. Now here are the steps. The first thing we need to do is we need to give a calibration distance as a reference. So we're going to insert a line from this menu down here, and we're going to just draw a line straight across this circle. And we're going to make sure that it's the same width as the circle. So it looks like we need to go, well, that's decent. No. Let's delete that one and try again. Right clicking, delete. I'm going to try again, being a little bit more careful with my Oregon Trail skills. Make sure it won't get... that's better. Okay, so that line should be exactly 2 inches. So what we do is we right click on it and we say calibrate, and that's going to be 2 inches or 5.08 centimeters. I'll apply that. Now everything is going, all our references are going to be relative to that. So what we're going to do here is we've got dots on these two different bodies that are going to be moving independently. We're going to start in the top left. I right click. That didn't come out right, so I'm going to cancel. I'm going to try again. Right click. Oh, that's... I'm going to move my cursor off here and try it again. Right click. Beautiful. Alright, we're going to go down here and do marker. With that selected. Okay, Okay, now we have that little cursor. Now I'm going to right click, and I don't know what's going on. Okay, I figured out my problem. What you need to do is you need to, after doing the line, you need to go ahead and select the hand down here, the move tool. So you get a hand shape, and then you can position your cursor right over the first black dot, right click, and say track path. And that's going to tell it that you want to track that dot. Let's pull this label out of the way. I just clicked on it and dragged. Now we need to track this second black dot, but if I right click here, it's going to think I want to change this other track path. So I'm actually going to right click off here, say track path, and then I'm going to just click and drag this rectangle right over the second black dot. I'm going to do it again for these two dots. We're going to ignore this little one whenever we have two dots out here. So right click track path, drag until the crosshairs are right above that dot. Then the fourth one, track path, click and drag, and voila. Now we hit play, and now it starts processing it. And how long this takes will depend on your computer speed. And if everything goes well, you will get these nice orbital patterns. Right now the yellow line is dangerously close to getting obscured. If something goes off kilter and these tracks start flying around the screen, just put a note in the logbook about which one it is on which run, and then just keep going. So these are going to run for a while. This is a great time to get yourself a cup of coffee or something and then come back. So what we need to do now, and we could have done this before we hit play, is we need to tell each one of these tracking points that it's going to be tracking a distance. So we're going to right click and say configuration. And where it says measurement, we're going to take from the drop down menu position, apply, and now it should read the position relative to this 5.08 centimeters. So again, now moving on to the second dot, the red one, right click, configuration, it says the measurement is none, we're going to tell it position, apply. For purple, right click, nope, didn't get it, right click, configuration, measurement, position, apply. Last one for the yellow, configuration, measurement, position, apply. So we're going to hit play again, just this time just to make sure that those are going to be tracking. To check whether they are, we're going to do the last step. That's going to go to File, Export to Spreadsheet, in Microsoft Excel. It's going to automatically take the video name. That's perfect. Don't need to do anything with that. But let's go ahead and save it, not in RAW, but in Video, Canovia, XML, save. And we'll go ahead and check that all those points look okay. So go back to the Dropbox folder, Canovia, XML, oops, probably not that. You can tell it to run in a spreadsheet program. Well, I'll check that later. We'll assume that worked for now. So then you're done, and you should save your work. And in this case, you can choose save only the analysis, and that way you won't have a large video to export, and it will automatically save it as a KVA. But again, save it in Video, Canovia, KVA. Bada boom. And that's it. And then you go ahead and go back to the spreadsheet and say it's processed. Yes. Done. Save. Alright, and that's it. Let me know if you have any questions.